So good morning, guys. Sorry, I'm gonna talk a little bit slow. I'm just going to. Sometimes I might summarize some parts, if it's okay. So today I'm going to talk about chapter 5, which is about digital transforming live communication, which mostly about the field of study on the services for event resource management. So to start, this chapter mostly focuses about the fact that in this digitalized world, usually companies try to transform their live communication to digitalize one. So, in order to do that, sometimes they have to switch in their marketing function and they have to use a framework for event resource management, which is providing other slides. So, firstly, we're going to talk about the live communication, which is about the generic terms of all kinds of corporate activities, which enables the interpersonal and connection with the customers on some specific occasions like events, trade fairs, promotions, and roadshows or exhibitions. And usually, these activities works as a communication instrument which is focused on the personal encounter and active and emotional, memorable experience of the target group with the brand. By the way, sir, can I mention something? Hello, hello.
Yes. Oh, we can hear you.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear
Yeah,
you.
we can hear you.
Sorry. So just give you a heads up. The stuff that I wanted to mention, I mostly put it in the slides. So sometimes when I run out of breath, so it's already there. You can continue. Um, Sorry for the hassle, by the way. And then, as I was saying, so live communication is one of the, I mean, it can be seen as a part of a communication policy of a company and one of the elements of their marketing. And engagement in live communication and planning and execution of related events must be considered as integrated into the overall marketing concept of that company. Next, we have event marketing, which is about the process of developing this exhibition, display, or presentation to promote a product, service, cause, organization, leverage in-person engagement. And it usually, this aims in increasing the activation potential of customers through a set of like experience oriented communications and also engagement in live communication and the planning and execution of related events. As I said, it should be in the marketing of the overall company. Next, we have the digitalization of event marketing and event management. Um, so when the firms they try to um, transfer their live communication to digitalize one, they face the challenges on of like analyzing how digital services can be designed and deployed to intensify and how do you say that to complement the personal communication in on-site events and also to to manage related marketing resources and to support the a strategic decision making concerning event management, customer communication, and also target group management. So to understand this better, next we go to take a SWOT analysis to address this challenge, and so we have to look at the strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats, which is linked to live communication. So to start, the strengths of this is that, um, as you can see, a strength of live communication is mostly about the fact that it's face to face and it makes it memorable Like even right now, um if I mean, I'm not considering COVID situation, but if our like presentation was on site in the class, it would be more memorable for sure. Unlike the fact that I'm not saying it's not going to be like this, but in if it was in person or face to face, it would be more memorable rather than just online. And also, an important factor is the multisensory of marketing activity. Like as I said, it's the sensation of the seeing, hearing, smelling, tasting, and touching. And so it keeps this complementary position to other marketing measures and communications. So for the weaknesses, the weaknesses are the high effort and time consuming, and also the high cost. So since it has the physical nature, like I mean, I'm talking about the live communication and the limitation of the resourcing. That's why it's high in effort and time consuming in planning and like preparing the event or like other tasks like the budgetary planning, logistics team, and a schedule coordination, etc. And also, the reason that is high cost is needs to be justified through the quality of interactions on site. So that's why it makes it costly. So for the opportunities, it allows interpersonal communication, and it creates the opportunity to have a like a conversation and make something that it might not be possible online or digital, I mean on a digital platform. And also increasing the intensity of this conversations, it makes enhance it causes an increasing of the potential of the, what do you call that, sorry, hold on, let me explain this better. um Increase like in the fact that, oh my god, I can't explain this, sorry. I gotta go next. So for the threats, it's the customer readiness. So when the technologies, they try to promise the cost reduction with an increased entertainment potential as compared to current digital media, they are also not ready, to replicate the multi-sensorial experience. So they have to um, make sure like everyone are ready to accept this transformation. From the SWOT analysis, in overall, it suggests that live communication cannot defy the global trend of digital transformation. It because this condition, usually the companies are like highly required to confront the question what form of like upcoming adaptations they have to take. So for each company, it involves like for finding the correct or like right individual approach for first like keeping up a competitive edge in presenting themselves through the highly successful marketing means that live communication represent. Secondly, it's not about losing ground against maybe like technologically or more advanced competitors. And thirdly, improving their own capabilities with respect to creating value from their marketing activities and apparently online board. So this chapter mostly talk about the field of study, which, as I mentioned, on the digital transforming live communication. So information of this study is um, about the use of digital services in the live coaching context. As I wrote here, the study was conducted in 2016 and involved 10 companies from several industry sectors, including healthcare, insurance services, telecommunication, auditing, and mechanical engineering. So the interviews and the process figure collected in the field study included the situation before and after service implementation. So, in order to gain an sorry, impression of the comparing of the situation and the change that they bring. So, from the interviews in this field study during the primary phase, many of the companies systematized their processes or adapted them significantly. Also, there were many like changes happen in the process, and also the analysis in this study follows different steps. First, in order to approach the question how digitally transforming event management can be understood. So they formulate the conception of event resource management. And then later on, we're going to talk about the six performance criteria that help in analyzing the contribution of digital services to event resource management in more details. And so event management, sorry, yeah, event management is about, as I said, all business processes and activities for a strategic conception, coordination, planning, and execution of events as part of a firm overall marketing. So, and it's usually connected with the use of project management approaches as well as enterprise resource management functions in order to safeguard implementation of strategic goals and so on. Event resource management, as I mentioned, is an element of marketing business function, and it closely linked with the management of all related assets and resources. The scope of assets and resources here includes people, processes, logistic, like tangible resources, and such as um, they were the tangible resources, and the intangible resources such as marketing and public relation materials, trade fair equipment, data from and information about the events and customers. These are the intangible resources, and involving this sorry what do you call that, involving the a specific yeah, a specifics of the corporate image to transfer or like the knowledge about the customers to others and more. So the six performance criteria for event resource management. I mean, in order to have a better understanding of the opportunities for digital support of event management and live communication, we have these six performance criteria for event resource management, and which are speed, scalability, information, agility, service quality, and cost. So the first one, which is the speed, which has a significant role in the live communication. There is no delay like sometimes we experience in the online meetings. We don't have that when we have the live communication, and also this is also the capability for comparatively quicker response to competitors' offers. Next one, we have a scalability. Um, here, in this context, a scaling. Oh, sorry. Um, so what I was saying, in this context, a scaling corresponds to the capabilities we respond to event planning and a specific KPIs that can be addressed through digital services, compromise the number of events, number of stakeholders, degree of complexity. And then we have information for both event planning and execution. Information is an enabler and safeguard access to and availability of the right information empowers involve the stakeholders to efficiently and effectively carry out their tasks. We have information availability, cost transparency, a scope of data analysis, and a scope of controlling. Sorry. So next one we have agility, which it has acknowledged as a performance criteria for um organizational flexibility and performance for event management. It can be understood as propensity and capability to flexibility react to unforeseen or unexpected factors or variation. And then we have service quality, which is the main intention of the live communication is to create that memorable experience and situation. And and the aspect of individualizing the narrative and direct personal interaction is of vital significance. So customizability and parameterizability, sorry, are part of the service quality. And we have costs. So event management covers both non-recurring costs as well as the process costs. Non-recurring costs are the one-time investment for a specific event, for like the equipment they use across the whole, like I mean during the whole time. And the process cost, it happens from the use of internal resources, like the real-time consumption of an event manager for an event management. And this cannot necessarily be linked to a specific event format. So here they're all in a table, as you can see. Next, we have digital support to event resource management. This framework it orients itself at enterprise resource management frameworks and identifies relevant groups of services. Sorry, to support all aspects of event management processes and resources and managing live communication assets. So the event resource management framework also works as a like a comprehensive reference to accommodate and discuss both currently available and um like how do you say that, like potential digital services. um Here we have ICT infrastructure management. So it includes sorry, one moment. So it's all about the planning, the provision, implementation, and maintenance of the appropriate environment for digital services. Um, it outlines the qualitative aspects relevant for digital support and with respect to the defined performance criteria. Sorry. And then here for the user management, it covers the administration of the stakeholders account and roles in event resource management processes. We have inventory management, which particular benefits in assuring transparency and like planning effectiveness can be reached here. And then this is sorry, hold on. And this includes the functionalities for planning resource production, resource consumption, availability planning, managing the resource inventory, and resource maintenance. And then next we have the target group management, which refers to functions supporting the handling of data and information about event visitors and interaction with customers. And then for the visitor logging, oh, we have three parts here, which are visitor logging, visitor tracking, and online retargeting. So for the visitor logging, this documentation might cover the type of interaction or incentives exercised online, such as competition, sorry, product test, or game of chance, like follow up information and quantified information such as time and stat, event ID, and so on. And so after this, as we said, event manage oh sorry the process management is it compasses the performance measurement system that allows the leadership and management roles to address and analyze all data relevant to event management. um so here we have it constitutes of a horizontal task in the event resource management framework. The representative services include visual event planning, budget management, and supply chain management, among further possible services. Oops, sorry. Yeah. Um. So the sorry, I missed one slide, I guess. Oh no. Okay. So I mentioned that event. Oh, besides this, the event controlling, it's about the comprehensive documentation of all costs, as I mentioned in the previous slide, and the sorry, quantitative key figures. It compromises the data about the utilization and consumption of resources, such as volume of promotional gifts consumed per event, and for the intake sorry qualitative key figures refers to, I mean, it has a important role for estimating brand awareness or visibility of measures after an event. And integrated key figures integrate the previously mentioned quantitative and qualitative figures to create the aggregated analysis. Okay, so here I'm just going to summarize kind of like a results of this field study with respect to the defined performance criteria of event management. Um, there are like overall there are only very few significant direct relationships between the implemented digital services and like identified, preserved, and measured improvements in KPIs. Here we have if it's okay, guys, I just put everything here. So if you can read, I really am really running out of breath. Sorry.
Yeah, okay.
Sorry, sir, a few more slides
Yeah,
left.
I think you can skip this.
Yeah. That's sir, because that's why put everything here. I wasn't supposed to, but I know I can't really talk anymore. And then um here we have um this study results indicates that the digital services, they act in two ways on the firm's capabilities in event management. On the one hand, the digital services, they act as enablers also, and which includes the development and information technical implementation of a firm's KPIs with the help of um, event metrics for them to monitor and assess a strategy implementation and um, operational performances. And so, lastly, we conclude that in spite of like the overall increase of digital communication, live communication will keep its importance still, and event management um, as a precursor in managing, planning, and organizing and handling of live communication resources, assets, and measures must deploy new digital technologies and services for them to in order to ensure and expand its future viability. Third one, many firms reported an increased awareness toward collecting and actually utilizing data for analytic purposes. And respondents also reported increased cost transparency, leading to more strategically approaching issues of event planning, keeping budgetary limits, and reducing costs. Thank you, guys. Sorry.